right, let's get into it. This is Jeremy with Curran with Crush It Sales Automation. Today we're continuing down the path of content and content distribution and kind of the steps in the process to create this perpetual warm lead flywheel or loop, if you will, and how we do it for our companies and how we're now doing it for other companies that work with us. So I wanted to kind of go through it from a little bit research to creation to distribution is the main aspect of this video today. But you know, we need to delve into some of these topics because it really matters how you're coming up with the topics, creating the content, and then the distribution channel where you're getting 5 to 10x of what you would get if you just put it on your site and left it there. So let's dive into it. Ideally, you would start with good research. We generally do SEO keyword research, trying to focus on terms that are not super high competition-wise, but have enough search and are hopefully intent-based, which means they're not just doing a research paper, they're intending to buy or use our service or product. We're also doing a lot of social listening now with ChatGPT, which is super interesting, actually scraping websites and looking for high engagement topics that are top of mind in the niche or the people that we're actually looking to market to. What are their pain points? What's going on in their communities? And then creating articles around those topics to engage them, and then backfilling, hopefully with some or all of our services that will solve or mitigate some of those things that are going on in their day-to-day lives. Addressing pain points or desires of the target audience that we're marketing to. That's another great way to do it. And hopefully your product or service is alleviating some of that. And then services or benefits of the product or service. We try and do 1 or 2 educational or engagement articles and then 1 pitch article, like this is our product or service, it's awesome, it does this, buy it, whatever. Then generally, if it's for our companies, I'll do a video like this because it's pretty easy for me to throw it on the whiteboard, shoot it, edit it, and then have it transcribed and happy scribed, and then create a blog article out of it. So I have a video article and a blog article on the website. We use ChatGPT to run it through, kind of flesh it out even more, put in links and sources, and even tools like Surfer SEO if we want to further SEO enhance it and link out to other related content on our website. We then put it on YouTube, on our website, so it's already on 2 channels, and then we take it and put it into our email marketing accounts to distribute it out to hopefully our growing or totally built total addressable market list of the perfect contacts that we want to engage and sell and bring on as clients. Generally, we start in some sort of cold email tool, because if you just push a bunch of contacts into a warm email tool, if you've purchased them and they haven't properly opted in, you're going to get kicked out. We've done that a bunch. So we put it into something like Instantly AI, and then we're building an automation now that will pull contacts that open, reply, or click on links using make.com and pushes them into our MailChimp or other accounts as a warm lead, because we know that it is a working email. Even if we validated it, sometimes you can't completely tell and they still bounce and they'll clog up your account. So if they've opened the email, replied, or clicked on a link, we're pretty sure that there's a live person at the end of that email. We pull it from our cold email system into our warm email system, and then delete the contact in the cold email system, so we're not double paying and double emailing them and annoying them. This is all pretty slick. We're just getting into this, and it's going to be great. It's going to automate the process, make it a whole lot simpler, and we can email market at scale then without risking, getting our warm email channels canceled, or not nearly as much, obviously. And then going beyond that, even dispatching it further with social posting, we use tools like Publer that you can link up to all your major social channels: LinkedIn, X, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Substack, whatever. Actually, Substack doesn't integrate, I don't think, to Publer exactly, but we're testing that a little bit too. But the idea is just to, instead of your content sitting on YouTube or your website, where you may not be getting as much traffic, you're taking that content and distributing it out so you get as much eyeballs and engagement and interaction and shares as possible by, taking it and shooting it out all over the world, with your email list and then further through social channels, so that you're kind of omnipresent and you're getting as much viewership as possible. And then the idea is really like you're getting engagement, but you're trying to get them back to your website, engaged in a meeting, so you can, have a call with them, hopefully onboard them as a client, and start helping them. And then, once they're back to your website, you can run ads. I'm not really huge on forward-facing ads because they can be so expensive. I mean, it does work depending on your niche. In logistics, which is our primary business, it's crazy and it's expensive, and it's hard to tell whether it works or not. But when you're running remarketing ads for people coming to your website, literally you're buying clicks for like 25 cents. So it's a fraction of the cost of a forward-facing ad. And not everybody buys the first time they come to your website and engage with your content. It takes multiple touches. You have to warm them up, interest them in what you've got going on, and hopefully onboard them as a client later. So it's a process, and this basically creates this flywheel or marketing loop to create perpetual warm lead generation at scale, informing, educating, engaging, and then repeating the process on a weekly basis with information like this, where we're looking at keyword research, social listening, pain points, service benefits, opportunities, and then creating content both in video form and blog form, and then shotgunning it all over the internet so that we get as much opportunities or at-bats for each piece of content that we're creating. And it also creates just more viewers on your website, and just tons of more engagement, and just lots of more opportunities and lots more at-bats to get new clients onboarded or into a meeting, so that you can actually talk to them, see what's going on, and see if your product or service is a good fit for them, and grow your business without having to make the millions of cold calls that I made when I was starting. So this is our strategy. I think it's pretty thorough, and I think you get a lot of value out of this. So if these are things that you struggle with, creating a perpetual warm lead generation system at scale, I'd be happy to have a meeting with you and talk you through what we can do for your company. Generally, we start with list building to create a massive list of your ideal customer, and then we delve into content creation, obviously content distribution, and further on down the line. So these are things that we deal with every day in both my own businesses and now for clients as a service. And I think it's an amazing way to not be just cold calling all day or doing other things where you're like renting lists or paying for ads, but you're actually building a warm lead generation funnel that snowballs over time and gets bigger and bigger, and eventually just takes over for hopefully most or all of your sales growth needs. So I can be reached at 619-885-8188 or Jeremy at Crush It Sales Automation. I hope you're having a kick-ass week. And if you need help with any of these things, or you just want to talk and kind of pick my brain a little bit and see if it's the right fit for you, I'd be happy to have a meeting with you, and let's all crush it more this year together. Hope you're having fun, and over and out from San Diego.